If you think back, chances are some of your earliest memories involve you riding a bike. In my opinion, that's got something to do with the universal sense of independence and adventure that cycling offers. In developing countries, the power of the bicycle is tremendous. Owning a bike provides easier access to resources such as water, food and education, all of which are the most basic of human rights. This is the idea behind Atma Cycles. For every bicycle purchased here in Australia, Atma send one to a student in a developing country. Their current program is aimed at schoolgirls in India. The bikes provide these students a sense of independence similar to what you might have felt the first time you sat upright on two wheels, but on a much more significant scale.
It was nice to wake up this morning and our bikes had frozen. Now starting to thaw finally. It just means that my seat is full of cold frozen water. I think it was 1 degree when we got up. I think it's probably what, Aaron, about 4 now? And we thought the deserts would be this cold.
The coffee suppliers are Toray and Dutch coffee traders, giving us a note. Dear Bicknells and team, all the best on your riding. May the wind be at your back. Oh, I appreciate the sentiment. This morning's coffee was from one of their Guatemalan community projects. Absolutely fantastic. It's hard to get good coffee out in the outback, but I think with our supply here we should be alright. Day one was a bit of a teething process as we got our heads around what it was going to be like riding the next 40 or so hours on this terrain.
Is the walkie-talkie working?
Can you hear Tom?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Oh, we can't hear you.
The night before we'd rolled into camp after dark. Looked like a scene from a horror film, so come morning we were eager to get on the road. Morale was at an all-time high, probably the highest it would be for the next 1,000 kilometres.
This is outback barista at its best. Ow. Yeah. So this is the 90-mile straight. It's about 154 kilometres of dead straight road. The longest bit of road, or straight bit of road in the southern hemisphere, which if you read between the lines basically means it's the most boring place on the planet. There is nothing for 160k to divert around. You can see the curve of the earth.
The bikes had performed flawlessly on day one. and after 249 kilometres, we rolled into Cocklebiddy with the sun setting behind us, feeling about as good as you can feel after that sort of ride, and looking forward to the rest of the trip. Explorer John Eyre was the first person to cross the Nullarbor Plain, and he remembered it as a hideous anomaly, a blot on the face of nature, and the sort of place one gets into in bad dreams. As you can expect, it's the sort of place that you need to apply and reapply your sunscreen.
Is it rubbed in?
No. You want me to rub it in?
Looking good, boys!
That's how it's done.
I left a lot of the planning for this ride to Tyron, who left a lot of the planning for this ride to me. So in the subsequent absence of any proper plan, we relied heavily on a few key things. Primarily, a good attitude out on the road, but also our two sturdy Atma bikes, the resilience of our 92 Toyota Tarago, pre-packaged banana bread, and a near-endless supply of Soigneur Sophie's fruit loaf damper. One of our partners for this trip is Brother Shave, who specialise in affordable subscription shaving solutions for men and cyclists. So thank you, Brother Shave.
I shave alone when you can shave with your brother.
I think that's their actual motto, but I'm sure the sentiment's the same. I'll finish this quickly. I want the truckers to see me.
Day 2 was a 206 kilometre affair from Cocklebiddy past Madura through to here at Mundrabila.
After yesterday's 248k effort, it was a whole lot easier, a bit more enjoyable. I was punctuated, probably the highlight of the day was about a 500-600 metre descent, which we did not expect at all.
No, we didn't expect there to be. We came down an escarpment down onto what I suppose is a much flatter plateau of the Nullarbor, and
we didn't have to pedal for a while, and we actually travelled distance.
Yeah, and we went faster doing it. It was incredible.
The rest of the day, I suppose, was mostly, we had periods of tailwind punctuated by extended periods of heavy headwinds, especially coming in at the end. Made it really quite difficult to finish off, but altogether, an easier day than yesterday.
Much better day.
Without that 90 miles straight. Oh God, don't mention it.
my legs are silky smooth.
As are mine, they feel fantastic.
Day 3, we crossed the state border and passed through the incredible scenery of the Aussie Bight. With sundown approaching and faced with the prospect of roughing it, we resolved to continue towards the distant lights of the next roadhouse. Now, all through this trip, we'd found that the flat desert terrain seriously skewed our perspective, and even more so when you're chasing lights after dark. By the time Day 3 came to a close, we'd threaded together a 265-kilometre epic.
Mulga Bill by Banjo Patterson. It was Mulga Bill from Eaglehawk who's caught the cycling craze. He turned away the good old horse that served him many days. He dressed himself in cycling clothes, resplendent to be seen. He hurried off into town and bought a shining new machine. And as he wheeled it through the door with air of lordly pride, the grinning shop assistant said, "Excuse me, can you ride?" "See here, young man," said Mulga Bill, "from Wolga to the sea. From Coleroy to Castlereagh, there's none can ride like me. I'm good all round at everything, as everybody knows. Although I'm not the one to talk, I hate a man that blows."
Are we?
Nullarbor.
Hotel motel. Yesterday we sort of pushed pretty hard to get here. We came in after dark, so we did so in order to make our last few days a bit easier.
If you can call 200 kilometres easy.
Easier than yesterday.
Easier than yesterday.
But on Day 4, we hit the hills. Due to our subpar planning process, this took us completely off guard.
Got me redefining the words pain, suffering and misery on an hourly basis. It's been a long day already. Get off! You didn't see shit! You didn't see anything! Get off! I'm expecting big things from your ladder.
Generally on the road, everyone's really nice. I mean,
Yeah.
Grey Nomads, when we had a hard time yesterday finding water, they were very forthcoming, let us use all their tank water.
Yeah, they were very nice.
Listen to a few of their stories, but they still gave us water in the end, at the end of the story.
We actually had an old couple pull us over and said, "Oh, gee, just come around to the back of our van. We've got something we want to show you."
Sounds great.
Yeah, yeah.
No kind stranger.
Then it turns out they had a very, very old, 18...
Penny farthing from the
for
1880s.
Yeah.
So they've been really. I mean, everyone waves, everyone honks. You know, like, everyone's. I mean, it's better. They're much kinder than the motorists in Sydney. I mean, I think we had one pair of people come past us, and they sort of said, "Nice shorts." So that could have been a bit. But there was two blokes in the front, so.
Maybe
I mean,
they were being serious.
I think they liked our shorts.
We did have some great shorts on that day.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that means almost everyone has been very nice.
So fresh.
Now, Tyron and I have been riding bikes together for 20 years. We love the community, we love the adventure it brings, and we've always embraced the challenge, but by Day 4, this was getting hard. Having put just under 800 kilometres through the legs in 3 and a bit days, we stayed motivated by keeping an eye on the big picture. While we were pedalling our way across the plain, Alex, the head of Atma, was over in India personally delivering 100 bikes to their new owners. Atma is an Indian word meaning soulmate, which is incredibly apt when you bear in mind what these bikes mean to those who receive them abroad. This trip was made possible by a huge support network, The whole Atma course seemed to have this sort of infectious positivity to it. And we wanted to get a solid outcome for those who'd gotten around us. We'd set out to prove the grit and the value of these bikes, and they'd served us well. So we pressed on. You probably also can't discount the sibling rivalry factor, in that neither of us were willing to admit to the other that we may have bitten off a bit more than we could chew. So we just put our heads down and chewed like hell.
Yesterday was a pretty tough day in terms of morale with the hills and the headwind, but today's the last day, the roll into Paris, so to celebrate our success and the success of the bikes, today is 90s day. I've got a bit of a surprise for Tyron. Tyron,
Gotta wake up. Why?
get up, I've got a very important question to ask you.
Can I answer it here?
Yeah.
Like in here though?
No, just open the door.
Hang on. Let's choose.
Alright, you need to make a very important choice. You're either going to be Johan Museo, 1996 to 2000, or Jan Ulrich, 1996 to 2004, every year excluding 2003 when he rode for Bianchi. Which one are you going to be?
I think I'll have to go with the Kaiser over the Lion of Flanders.
Good, because I was going to take Matt by anyway. Today is 90s Day.
Can't touch this.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Gets better every time.
So I was going to talk about the... Has nobody noticed it? To cock. Like, this has been on for the last 900 kilometres. It's like, to cock. You know, I think we're sending the wrong message here, guys. How's no one noticed this?
Way to get it not on the weekends. Hey, I'm doing my more milk.
More milk? That's enough.
You said more milk. Town is about 500 meters upward and held up by the world's slowest locomotive. You did it! Yeah! Yeah!
The Atma bike's a winner. 1021k straight out of the box with no squeaks or creaks. I've ridden a fair few bikes and not many can boast that sort of quiet reliability. If you're going to buy a bike and like the single speed, why not make it an Atma? Road tested and proven on Australia's toughest terrain.
I think that in the past, there's always been champions of causes. There's been champions for women's rights and champions for environmentalism and champions for human rights. But I think the general public has always struggled to channel their desire to help in any meaningful way. And I think that's one gap where small business can really help, because if there are hundreds of different options when spending $1 to help causes, then I think most people would choose to help a cause than to not help a cause, as long as the product was equal.
Just drive away. Hit the road. Hit the road. And I hope to see you soon. But drive away. Hit the road. Hit the road. I hope to see you soon. Gonna drive away. Hit the road. Hit the road. Gonna hit the road. I hope to see you soon. I'm gonna drive away.